Woonsocket.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee and, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee and panel.
It is Coffee and time here on WOON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us Wednesday morning, January the 21st. As Tim Draper told me, it's Russ Gassetti Day in Cumberland.
Russ Gassetti Day from the Blackstone River Theater, if anybody's been there. Today we've officially dedicated.
Excellent.
The town council has declared 21st of January as Russell Gassetti Day.
So if you know Russ or anyone at the Blackstone River Theater
congratulate
Company,
him on 25 years. It's
he'll
a big
hate
anniversary.
it, but
he'll hate it.
Go ahead and do it.
That's
the best
exactly
part. That's why you do it. All right,
hour.
I'm Joe Callahan. You just heard from Tim Draper.
Hello, everyone.
Hello there, Tim. Melissa Smith is here from the St. Antoine Communities. Hi, Melissa.
Good morning.
And it's time for a first message, please, from the St. Antoine Communities.
Right. So, I'll just kick off with just an overview of the services that we have available on our property. So if you have not been to St. Antoine Community, we are located in North Smithfield, right on the line of Woonsocket and Blackstone, Mass. On our property, we offer a continuum of services that start from assisted living and we move on to short and long-term skilled care. We have a wonderful state-of-the-art rehab facility as well as 2 levels of memory care on our property. So if you're interested in learning more about the services that we have available and how we can support your loved one, I encourage you to reach out to me. You can call me at 401-767-3500 or email me at msmith@santantoine.net.
All right, very cool. Just want to take care of a little housekeeping right now. Coming up this Friday, we have this deal that we do every once in a while called the ONRadioDollarSaver.com, and it's a way for you to buy gift certificates at half price.
Oh, yeah.
So this week's special starts at 10 o'clock on Friday morning. The new restaurant in town called Tropical Bar Restaurant. They're on River Street. Used to be box seats.
Yeah.
$50
nice.
gift certificates for sale for $25.
All right.
So I've been over inside and I asked the owner, Monica, I said, well, explain what kind of food you have here. It's a mix of American food, she said, and Spanish food. So if you want enchiladas, they got it.
Nice.
But if you want a steak, they got that too.
All right.
So there you go. $50 gift certificates go on sale for $25 starting Friday, 10 a.m.
What's the decor vibe inside there? Because you're transitioning from box seats, like red and white stripe.
It's very tropical.
Yes, that's what I was
There are a
looking
lot
for.
of pictures of parrots.
Love
Is
it.
it like the Tiki Room in Disney? That's like
There's no fire. So,
okay.
But it's very bright and very vibrant.
good.
Nice.
So that's cool. Now
Maybe this time of year that would be welcomed,
That would be-
actually.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, and just a reminder, there's only 20 gift certificates for sale. And once we hit 20,
They're done.
We're
All
not
right.
That's
selling
right. Joe
anymore.
got one for
So
us,
there
so
you
we're all
go.
gonna go
Yeah.
together. Yes. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, that's
Thank
a
you.
ticket.
I
that's what
appreciate
we
it.
did.
Yeah.
All right, the first thing I wanted to start off with, yes, because Melissa, we had the story yesterday, and the outgoing governor of New Jersey, one of the last things he signed as a bill, and they said, in the whole state of New Jersey, you will, by law, you will teach cursive handwriting. That might be an oxymoron. You will teach cursive writing to grades 3 through 5. Not only will you teach the kids how to write, you will teach them how to read it as well. I said, this is such a great idea. So I was talking with my wife about it and how I think this is a great idea because you always have to sign your name. I had to teach, my daughter was not taught this. I had to teach her how to write her name so she could write a check. I said, when you buy a car, you buy a house, you got to know how to sign your name. I said, you make a deposit or a withdrawal at a financial institution, you got to sign your name. I said, wait a minute. Tim, what is the ruling on deposit slips and withdrawal slips and what needs to be signed or
kindergarten
what?
print because that's how these teenagers write today.
Yeah,
it is, and I think the interesting part is that we all thought it was a legal requirement to write your signature out. But I asked the people in the Ethernet or the World Wide Webs, and the short answer, I said, Do legal documents need to be signed in cursive by law? And the answer to the question is no.
The short answer is no.
No, legal documents generally do not need to be signed in cursive by law. Here's how the practice works, though. General rule, most jurisdictions, including the United States, a signature is valid if it shows intent to sign. And that's the legality of it. It's intent to sign. Not because of the style of handwriting, because it can be printed, which block letters. It can be cursive. It can be a mix of both. This one's fascinating. You could sign with an X if it's properly witnessed. So somebody has to watch you do it.
Right. Wow.
But electronic signatures are all the rage these days, kids. Everybody's doing it.
Well, yeah.
It's basically a way for you to have legal documents signed that you don't have to go to offices and travel and take time out of your day to sign them. So we use a service called DocuSign. So when you open up an account online, we may send you a bunch of forms that you can just sign electronically. And there are laws called the U.S. e-Sign Act, and the UETA explicitly state that electronic signatures are legally valid. Typing your name, clicking I agree, or using a digital signature platform can be sufficient if requirements are met. However, some institutions like banks, credit unions, clerks, notaries, they prefer cursive for consistency.
See?
So here's the thing. You sign a signature card when you open an account. You may have done that 20 years ago. And as time's gone by, you've no longer had to use cursive. You start printing everything out. The challenge for us is that if there's ever some sort of a challenge to ownership of the account, we go back to the signature card that's on file. So if there's a discrepancy between those two things, one is cursive, one is handwritten, then we may need to validate a little further and explore to make sure that those two things are in fact legitimate. So that's where you start to get into a little bit of the craziness.
It's funny because that was the exact example when you were first starting to talk at me about the story from yesterday. I was like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to talk about because I had that experience when we were signing up my kids with their accounts at Navigant, and I watched them sign on the little, your little
signature thing, which, by the way, never looks like your signature, even as good as you are.
Mortified because I'm like,
how ugly is
your handwriting looks like you're in kindergarten. Like, what are we doing? Because even just generally taking notes. They don't really take notes anymore in class. They're typing everything in. And even my oldest, who's in college now with her iPad, it's like Scribble.
Yeah.
And then you can have on an app now, you can translate everything into type form after class. So it's like using your hands to write in general the art is changing, but I find my signature's changing. Yeah. My hand cramps differently. It looks different. And it was funny when you were just saying sometimes we have to investigate and look back and, all of it makes sense. I feel like we're less and less using handwriting and cursive. It is sad though, because I have friends whose parents have passed away and they do like a little tattoo or something of their mom or dad's signature on their arm, and it's beautiful. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh.
Well, those are artists. It becomes an art form.
Beautiful handwriting is an art, and notes and cards that I have from my grandmother were just beautifully written, straight lines, perfect.
Oh, my wife has phenomenal penmanship.
And people like me, nope. I have like a doctor's handwriting. It is like scribble because
well, you are in healthcare, so
I am, and I do pretend I am a doctor half the time.
So I never thought about that. The tattoo artists, they've got great penmanship.
They do.
Again,
Steady
they
hands.
have the word
They
artist.
have to.
Right. Like Russ Cassetti, speaking of Russell Day, right, is a phenomenal calligrapher. He was very good doing calligraphy.
Yeah.
And but he's an artist. And he's just got that eye and the skill and the creativity that steady hand. I'm not even anywhere near that.
I have like muscle twitches that happen.
Now, what about when you have new people come into St. Antoine communities? Don't they have to sign forms?
They do.
Well, there you go.
And beautifully, and a lot of them beautifully.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the question is it worth making it a rule, a law that says you have to teach it?
It's a law in New Jersey, yeah.
Right. If it's something that you're just not going to use anymore, it's not legally valid. And it's nice if you wanted to teach it as a practice, as something to, hey, you should really know how to sign your name, and here's how we're going to do it. But I don't know. Are we just wasting a lot of time, a lot of valuable school time?
How do you read any of the historic documents in D.C.? You've got the Declaration of Independence. You take your kids. They don't know how to read it.
Yeah, because they're going to go like this. Hey, ChatGPT, give me the Declaration of Independence
in print.
Summary.
In print font 16.
Right. And make it an audiobook so I can listen to it.
It's so true. It's sad. I actually think it's comical, but I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. But even you said, Tim, you thought, you have to sign because it's legal. Now, most people are going to make that assumption. Yeah. So I can see parents talking down to the kids, you've got to learn how to sign your name because you've got to be able to sign legal documents later on. If you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house,
those kids are
you got to
smart,
sign your
though.
will.
They're going to do exactly what I did before the show and say,
do I really have to do this?
Is legally required to do this?
I will share. We had another conversation along the same lines of the handwriting thing at work about the fact, because we do mini mental tests with folks to just assess their cognitive functioning. Oh, you guys I should do that on the air sometime.
Oh my God. No,
that would be a funny exercise. But anyways,
12.
there is there's a prompt that you have to ask the person that you're screening training to draw a clock, and you will give them a time to put the hands of the clock on. And a lot of the times the measure is obviously a failed measure if you're evaluating someone for dementia. But my point in sharing this is my youngest struggles. She's 15. Quarter past, quarter of. Whenever I say quarter past 2, I'll pick you up, or quarter.
She doesn't know what time it is, right?
In heavy family conversations recently, we've realized she never learned a clock in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
My oldest did, but my youngest didn't. And a lot of it is because everything is digital, right?
Yep.
So they don't know how to read a clock.
Well, we brought that up yesterday. There's a clock in every classroom. Why isn't the teacher at least pointing to the clock every once in a while?
What time is it?
What time is it, everybody?
You feel like you failed as a parent, but you're like, wait a minute, how did we miss this? How did we
skip
so
over that?
Basic, and because you just are so used to doing it.
All those things used to take place in second, third grade-ish, like let's say first through third, somewhere in there, and no.
You know what else they don't do anymore? And I was taught this in school: how to write out an envelope.
Oh,
that's another one.
Your return address
and the return
address,
but where do you place it on the envelope?
Yeah.
100%.
And kids don't know how to do that now.
Banking. Check.
Yeah.
I gave my daughter a blank check, my oldest, to drop off at Edward Jones the other day. She couldn't bring cash from her whatever. You don't need to know the whole story.
Fill it out?
I gave her a blank check. I wrote the amount and I signed it.
Okay.
I said, I'm not sure if they want you to write the branch name specific, so just fill that out when you get there, put the date on it, whatever. Ask them what they want you to do. She didn't. She just dropped off the blank check. So I got...
You handed a blank check
My
to
financial
somebody?
planner friend called me and was like,
That's
somebody
hysterical.
needs you to come back down to the office because your daughter did not fill out the check. Has she ever written out a check? And I'm thinking to myself, has she ever written out a check? This is a really... You just skip past these things sometimes, thinking they're
Another
just...
thing I had to teach my daughter how to write a check.
Very smart student.
Listen, I go out
for a child, and there's things that are just...
big check presentations all the time. That's my new gig, right? And it's just funny. I write these checks out, and I'm like, it's hard to write, 2,500 and 00/100. And I'm sure people look at that and go, what is that? What are they?
What's he doing?
What is he doing with that? And fortunately, it's big enough that people can see it. And
do you write it in cursive?
I do. I write it in cursive because I was always taught that middle line should be written in cursive. Although apparently now it's not legal, so you don't have to.
I'm a mix.
You mean
I'm
the pay to order of needs to be written?
I've always been told. I was always told to write it in cursive, write it out. So you put the number in it, right?
Yeah.
So you know what the number is. But if the number is kind of illegible, then if you write it, then it won't be. You will know what the intent of the dollar amount was
to the amount,
right? Because you have to put a little squiggly line at the front and the back,
always,
so that you don't have. See, we could do a whole lesson on how to write.
Did you not know this, Joe?
Nobody in the audience.
I print out the entire check except for my signature. That I sign. Yeah. The pay to order of and the number, I
mean, you can
will
print
block
it,
letter
clearly.
that out.
It's the rule. It's not.
But I do the little line 00/100.
Right.
It's just oh my gosh, we could make a whole show on handwriting and all the things.
Well, we're not going to.
We won't. Because I was going to segue into tips in a minute for restaurants and not going there either.
Oh, I know.
All right. Well, that went by quickly. So it's time for another break. It's time for our first break. So it's time for another message, Melissa, from the St. Antoine communities, please.
I guess I don't really have a message as much as I just wanted to share a cute story yesterday. So one of the advantages, if you haven't been to our property at St. Antoine community, especially during a cold stretch like we have right now, and there being a lot of snow and ice and things aren't melting as fast. You hear me preach often about the fact that we have a lot of walking paths and a lot of outdoor areas, which is very unique to a lot of long-term care communities. So we feel really lucky, and a lot of people come and move into our community for that reason. Well, getting back to my story, yesterday I walked by, I was in the assisted living, the Villa at St. Antoine, 400 Menden Road. And I walked by our mini exercise room. So there's a lot of community spaces inside the Villa at St. Antoine. There's large exercise rooms, arts and crafts rooms, and then there's nooks and crannies. There's puzzle rooms, whatever. And I walked by the little activities room that has two exercise bikes, a couple of arm pull things, whatever. And in my time, it's a big circular building. So I did a couple laps upstairs on the second floor. I passed 6 people walking.
Okay.
Walking, mall walking. And then I went by that room and it was packed. There was 8 people. There's only 3 machines, but there was 8 people hanging out in the room. And it was just the laughter and everything. And I had to take a picture. I'm going to post it later of 3 of them on machines. But my point in sharing the story is a lot of the draw is the fact that we are a very active community, and also the fact that even on the coldest days, you can still be active.
Yep.
And I referenced a lot, especially during COVID, that the assisted living on our property is very much like a cruise ship, where it's like, or a casino, where inside, like, the partying never stops.
Right.
So whether you're dealing with a pandemic like COVID, or you're dealing with
cold.
frigid 10-degree temperatures, where you have a population who loves being active and getting outside, they can still be active, regardless of the temperature. So I wanted to just share that if you are someone who is like that and contemplating, thinking, oh, moving to assisted living would be like not for me, and I'm not like up for an apartment. Well, it's not just an apartment. Like, you have an entire community inside what your home would be, with a lot of options and a lot of ways to stay physically active, socially active, etc. So if you want more information, call me at 401-767-3500.
All right, Melissa, thanks. The Coffee and program will continue. Please stick around.
OM Radio. Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse offers authentic homemade Polish food to make your next meal special. Try our many varieties of hot and fresh pierogies with onions and what they call dirty sour cream. Or pick up golubki, kielbasa, babkas, or some fresh rye bread. We also offer a large selection of specialty and imported foods. Open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 9 in the morning till 6 p.m., Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays from 8 to 5 p.m. It's Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse. Follow us on Facebook and learn about our weekly specials. Located at 855 Social Street, Woonsocket, Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse has all the authentic Polish foods you love.
The difference between acceptable and exceptional is attention to detail. That's their motto at Pit Stop Automotive, 230 Pulaski Boulevard, Bellingham. Mike at Pit Stop Automotive specializes in classic cars, hot rods, race cars, truck accessories, plus general auto repair. Going on now at Pit Stop Automotive, you can take $15 off an oil change. Be sure to ask for it. Pit Stop Automotive, 230 Pulaski Boulevard, Bellingham. Look for them on Facebook.
The Coffee and panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON Radio.
All right, Coffee and here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan with Tim Draper and Melissa Smith. We did get a note called in, 766-1240, and on a completely different subject.
Oh.
Okay, it's smartphones and driving. The dirge of
Right.
of the youngsters. All right, it's like watching TV for 5 seconds at a time while driving. Okay, and then you do it again and again and again. How can these knuckleheads keep doing this and cannot realize the lurking danger that's always awaiting? It only takes one time, and it could be the last time.
Right.
Yes.
Because young people think they're invincible, and then they can do things that nothing's ever going to happen to me until it does.
Until it does.
We just had that woman. She was a homeless woman, but passed away down in Cranston.
Yeah.
Part of a hit and run. And people were asking, was he on his phone when he was doing this?
Yeah.
That's the
And
first
it
question.
hasn't come out yet, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's possible. So yeah, bad things do happen when you're looking at
100%.
your phone.
Right.
And I don't know. I do try being aware of my surroundings while I'm driving, and I notice it more in the nicer weather. People tend to be on their phones, holding it up to their ear, in the
Yeah.
nicer weather than in colder weather, I don't know why that is.
I don't know if it's just as equally distracting to. I mean, it's probably more distracting if you're typing a response. Like my car has Apple CarPlay, so if I get a text message, I can hear it. I listen to it, and then I can press the button and respond to it. Never taking my eyes off the road. It's always there. But my thought is, if I'm thinking about a text message, am I just as distracted from driving as I am if I was actually typing it? And I guess maybe not as dramatically, but yeah, I think you are distracted because you're not thinking about the road. You're not thinking about what's going on in front of you. And your mind starts to wander and you start to daydream.
I try to do the smart thing because where my phone's situated in my car when it's charging up, I can see if something's popped up. And I can see, okay, a text message has come in. I can see who it's from.
Yep.
But I can't see the whole text message. I would have to actually hit it and to read the whole thing, which I'm not going to do. But I can see who has texted me, and then I will call that person. Okay, you sent me a text message. I'm driving. I have no idea what it says. Please tell me.
I believe there's a setting in your phone that you can set it so that when you get in your car and you start driving, it
I was just gonna
automatically stops receiving calls and
does.
text messages.
Yep. The do
It
not.
says, "Sorry, we're
driving right now?
driving right now, and we'll get back to you when
get
we're
back
It
to you
also
later.
does that for when you're sleeping.
Yeah,
There's all these
that I
awesome
know.
settings, and I do that all the time now. So
Oh,
there's
I'm
no
so-
dings. I mean, you can have push throughs from certain people. You can actually
Right.
assign
Your contact
contacts.
list,
So
like,
you
my
know,
mom
if you
was
have
a problem.
aging
The important
parents or
people.
a brother who's a pain in the neck or whatever, like you can pick and choose.
So they get the message back that says Melissa's sleeping right now.
Yes,
We'll not,
it's literally under the
gonna be in the
focus.
settings,
It's under the
right?
focus
Yeah.
tab. So you
Okay.
have do not disturb,
Wow.
personal, sleep, driving, or work.
Wow.
So if I'm at work
and
and I'm like,
I'm
you know, kids are on summer break and they just think that you're available
to
to
do whatever.
answer all of their
Right.
questions. Where's the maple syrup and where's the, you know, all that. You
where are
can
the Band-Aids?
silence
Well, I happen to
them.
know we're out in my house, just so you know. So don't come looking here.
All right, moving on. We got a press release. State Rep John Breen has put in a bill. He wants to I always thought this was a thing already, but apparently it's not. It would allow veterinarians to use telemedicine. I thought you could call your vet and ask questions, but apparently you can't. It's to expand access to quality care for pets, establish a framework for veterinary telemedicine in Rhode Island. The legislation would authorize a veterinarian to establish client-patient relationship in Rhode Island through electronic means, subject to certain limitations and requirements, such as veterinarian making a good faith effort to determine whether care should be provided through telemedicine instead of in person. Each telemedicine provider would have to disclose to consumers a description of services and standard charges in a consumer-friendly display that is easily accessible on the provider's website. The reason he's putting this in, and John is quoted in the press release, many pet owners will tell you of the most difficult and unpleasant experiences is going to the vet. It can be a half-day commitment, and
true.
taking time off work can be challenging for many. The only current option for accessing vet care on evenings and weekends is an expensive and stressful trip to the emergency animal hospital if you know where one is.
I think that, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all, so don't interpret this that way. I think this is a money-making decision. I think that as a former pet owner myself, the amount of times I had a very problematic pup, I would call, you get the lady at the front desk who listens to your story for
me
20
again.
minutes, you know, because you can't ask questions of your animal, so you're just
Yeah.
trying to give
Yeah.
every kind of behavior. Then they go and they meet with the vet, they get some advice, they come back to you, oh, why don't you bring it in? Or, oh, I need you to go try, you know, this, and this.
Mhm.
I think, and deservingly, they should get paid for all that advice and all of that interruption time, I think. And I think that's probably where it's coming from now and it's true. And I've also been on the side of like sitting in the ER or the walking at the
Yep.
vet clinic for hours because they're squeezing you in.
Yeah.
And you're like, please, dear God, just let me say it. And it gets the dog stressed out or cat, whoever, whatever you have. So I think it's probably shocking that it hasn't happened sooner. But they have everything on demand now for
Yeah, so why not?
appointments. They've
Right.
got counseling on demand.
Yeah.
They got dentists on demand. They got everything.
I mean, the fact you can have a video teleconference is just as a game changer
Yeah.
for those types of things.
As long as they can just hit your insurance, you know,
Yeah.
or charge you
Right.
for it. That's what it is. My husband, who is chronically, he gets poison ivy all the time. I complain about it on the air. He's very allergic. This is like a tradition for us. We go on vacation, he flares up, whatever. So his doctor never used to bill him when he would call and say, can you call in a script from vacation? But the last couple times we were away, he got billed. My husband's like, I can't believe I'm getting billed for a copay. This is ridiculous. I'm like,
Welcome to the real world.
you got away with it for like 3 years of vacations. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's probably at this point, like, I can't keep getting interrupted on my time because you're the moron
Right.
who mowed your lawn again without gloves on. You know, it's whatever it is.
Moron. That's nice.
But I think that's what it is. I think everyone, not that they're nickel and diming you, but I think time is valuable and they're overstretched. There's less doctors. There's certainly less veterinarians. And
Yeah.
that I can say for sure by the time, you know, we put our dog down last year, they're just inundated. And that's a result of COVID. Everyone during
Yeah.
COVID got animals. And I think these vets were just overtaxed.
Overwhelmed.
Yep.
Yeah.
But can't you see it happening if you call into your vet and the vet says, put your dog on the phone? So I can talk
It might
to
be
the dog.
put your dog in front of the camera.
I
and see
know, that's
it
what
looks like.
That's what it's going to be. I know, but it's still pretty fun.
Roof, roof.
Oh, that bark sounds a little rough.
Yeah,
Oh, I think he's got,
that's going to happen. Put the
got
dog
laryngitis
on
of the dog.
the phone. Can I see the? Yeah.
Did you like
Can I see
that?
the cat?
Nobody thought that was
No,
funny.
it is funny.
Oh,
It is
okay, that's
funny.
why you were laughing.
got
at
it.
okay.
Of course I was.
It's
Slipped
really
it in
funny.
there.
All right. So sometimes, on another note, sometimes criminals actually do the right thing. And I don't know if you heard this story out of Pawtucket.
Oh, yesterday when they stole the car and brought the kids back?
Yeah, they stole a car. There were 2 kids in the back
did
seat.
see that.
I get what
So
the mom.
scary. So scary.
What did the
First of
mom
all,
run in to do? She went into some business. I
Like
forget
the
what
dollar store or something. She pulled up in front of the store.
in the
Not even
car.
parked, just pulled up on the
front-
on the
okay.
curb.
Well, he's
got
car
out,
running-
went in,
running.
left the car running.
So the guy jumps in the car, drives away, then sees there's 2 kids in the back, drives back to the Dollar General or whatever it is.
Says, get out.
Tells the kids to get out and takes off in the stolen car again. Said, well, good for him or her.
The weird part about that is the guy drove up in a white car
yeah.
and then jumped out, got in the black car and left, and then left the white car there.
Well,
And
there was someone else in that car. In the because there were 2
I
people
thought
in
he
the
got out on
car.
the driver's side.
Well, from what I'm saying, let's see. Police say the car the suspect exited before taking the SUV was a stolen car in North Providence. So maybe he was the only person there, and he
Yeah, I
left.
think he stole that car.
to
Got
steal
another one.
one.
Yeah, there's not enough gas in it. I'm going to stop and get another one.
And it's tough to track me,
Right.
If I just keep stealing
cars.
just keep going around in a circle. So that was his plan. Just going to keep stealing cars.
That was crazy. I saw that last night.
But yay, kids were not hurt, and,
Right.
you brought them back.
Right.
There must have been something weird in the air because there were also 3 cars in the parking lot. It was the CVS on the line of like Pawtucket, Lincoln, North Providence. I forgot what street, Whedon, or
It's all part of that whole thing. They think
And
there's something going on.
definitely something going on. I feel like on a regular you're hearing cars are stolen, but you got, yeah.
Yeah, the moral of that
We're in a
story is
different world
don't
right
leave
now.
your car with the car running.
Don't
and your
leave
kids
your
in
car with your car running.
No, that's not good.
It never ends well. Then
Nope.
at least
Doesn't say how old the kids were.
I think they said they were 10 and like 8 or something like that.
I wonder who spoke up
Hey,
first
I
in
can
the
see them
back.
being like, hey, what are you doing?
Hey, you're not, Mom.
Or dad. So okay, but at least they he brought him back and never said they got the stolen car back though.
No, they did not.
All right, see, there's legislation filed in Rhode Island in the state Senate that links the minimum wage to the consumer price index. So we just don't want to have it. It's going to be what is it? Did it go? It went up. Just
It's
went up to
going to
$16.
$17? I thought it was $17.
No, it's 16
Next
now.
year, I think.
17 next year.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It would place Rhode Island among 21 states that automatically adjust the minimum wage rates based on the consumer price index. Changes would be announced early in the year and would take effect in January. So we don't have to keep voting on this. It'll just happen.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I have to think about that, but I'm not sure that that's the right move. I don't know
either, because we'll just keep going up.
Yes. And we have a little issue, I've talked on the air about CNAs and certified workers, and when you keep raising that minimum wage, you have to keep raising all the
Yeah.
healthcare to
All the other
stay
expenses that
competitive.
go along with it.
We brought in the conversation in the past about Amazon, and like they're not even certified technicians like
Yeah.
some of the healthcare workers are. It impacts everything. So
Yep.
it's not just bringing them up to a certain number to stay relevant to the cost of living. It's impacting every other.
Right.
I mean, except for marketing people.
Right. Yeah.
We've been plateaued for a while now.
Yeah.
But
Well,
there's just certain it's like an impulse reaction, and it does trigger some other areas to be elevated up. So
Right.
it impacts
It's
a
the
lot of
old-
budgets
it's
this year.
the old example that you raise the minimum wage of the McDonald's worker, and then those hamburger prices are going to go up.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to. It's
Has
not
to.
like, even if McDonald's was to absorb all of that, right, and cut their profits.
I mean, why would they do that?
Well, right. Why would they do? But I mean, if you owned a company, let's just
Yeah,
say you were
okay.
a private owner, right, and now all of a sudden you have to increase everybody's wages that works for you. That's now you're not making any more money. And
Right.
if you own a business because you're trying to put your kids through college, or you're trying to set up yourself up for retirement, so you've got a business. Now all of a sudden, those things that you were trying to do, you can't do as much anymore because the cost of everything else has gone up, including your labor. And listen, I don't begrudge anybody a solid wage to help them provide housing and food and all those important necessities. But it's a challenging question that I feel like some people just think, well, just raise the wages. Somebody will pay for them.
Am I assuming, and I didn't really look into this, am I assuming also Massachusetts, Connecticut, neighboring states
Yeah, they've
have
all
also
everybody's
raised? So
yeah,
I think
Massachusetts is
there's,
higher than Rhode Island, I think.
it's part of that too. I think it's
That's why I
also
was
keeping
thinking
up
it's
with your
17.
neighbors because
People across the border.
they'll just, because you can.
'Cause you can.
You can be in Massachusetts in a 10-minute drive, or
Right.
Connecticut in a 10-minute
Right.
drive for some people. So, yeah, it makes a difference.
All right, we're going to take another break here on the Coffee AM program, but more coming up. Please stick around for that. Time for a look at the forecast. Hey, it's cold outside. And weather forecast being
Really?
brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Clouds increase today with a high of 26 degrees and a light breeze from the southwest. Tonight, there's a 50% chance of snow, mainly before 2 a.m. Cloudy skies gradually becoming partly cloudy with a temperature around 35 by midnight. New snow accumulation of less than an inch is possible. Thursday's weather, mostly sunny skies, high of 41 and a stiff breeze from the west. Friday, partly sunny, high of 30. Saturday, mostly sunny skies. It'll struggle to get to 13 for a high all day with a northwest wind at 25 miles per hour Saturday. Saturday night, down near zero, just like Friday night for temperature. Sunday, snow is 60% likely, mainly late in the day. Mostly cloudy skies, high of 16 for the day. Monday, a 50% chance of more snow, mostly cloudy, high of 23. And on Tuesday, sunshine and 24 degrees.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, we do have sunny skies, but it is still cold out. We're all the way up to 12 degrees. Questions about youth, high school sports, Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org.
Integrity, trust, service. 3 words that sum up what you can expect from the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Established in 1987, we've been helping local investors to build wealth and guide them through their golden years of retirement using quality stocks of companies that you know, many of which pay quarterly dividends. We also use investment-grade bonds and low-cost exchange-traded funds. To find out more about our services and for a quality conservative approach to investing, call us at 765-8880. Integrity, trust, service. The Carew Investment Group. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Hey, Woonsocket, guess who's back in business? Trudeau's Auto Repair on Cass Avenue is officially reopened under brand new local ownership. Fabricio and Kristen invite you back to Trudeau's Auto Repair. With more than 20 plus years of automotive experience, the new owners have been a longtime customer of Trudeau's and they're committed to continuing the honesty, trust, and care Trudeau's has always been known for. Tune-ups, diagnostics, oil changes, and general automotive repair, plus Rhode Island State inspections can all be done at Trudeau's Auto Repair, 654 Cass Avenue, Woonsocket. Follow them on Facebook.
ON Radio.
It is Coffee and on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Melissa Smith and Tim Draper. Tim, time for first message from Navigant Credit
Thank you,
Union.
Joe. Just want to let everybody know that next Monday is our annual meeting, and as a member of Navigant Credit Union, you, of course, are entitled to attend that meeting either in person or virtually. Given the weather conditions for Monday, you might want to just consider doing it virtually. But if you're going to do it virtually, you need a link in order to get to it from your computer. So if you go to our website, along the top, there is a banner that says the annual meeting of the membership on 1/26 at 4 p.m. Click here to sign up. Click it. Takes you to a page where you can register for either an in-person or virtual experience. Again, in person, we have limited capacity in the building, so we do try to encourage folks for virtual to do this virtually. However, honestly, the weather is not going to be great on Monday from what they're saying, so virtual is probably the way to go, and you can watch the meeting from the comfort of your home. Takes about, I think our meeting's about 40 minutes tops. We'll talk about how successful we were in 2025. Which I'm happy to report the credit union was very successful, also very generous in giving over $2 million back to the community through various grants and donations. But if you're interested in learning about how strong and successful the credit union is on your behalf, then please join us for the annual meeting on Monday at 4. NavigantCU.org is the website that you can go and sign up.
All right, Tim, thanks. Sir, it's time to draw our Milk Fund calendar raffle winner for today. Who would like to pick
Tim,
today?
sure. I've done the last 2
All right,
weeks.
Tim.
I feel,
You know
know.
what? Then I have to read the name, and if I can't read it and I mispronounce it, I'll sound like a moron.
Today's winner will receive a $50 K's gift card donated by State Rep Bob Phillips. So thanks, Bob, for that.
Nice job. Thank you.
$50 gift card. The K's gift card goes to who, Tim? He doesn't know.
Is it to you?
No, it's not. I want to say Connie Bissonette, maybe? Karine Bissonette?
Nope, wrong all the way around.
Oh,
No,
my
you
God. See? I told you.
You got Connie right.
Fired.
I did get Connie right. Okay.
Fired.
It's Connie of Boisvert.
Oh, Boisvert. Okay.
Yeah, so.
All right.
Now, if she
sorry,
printed
Connie,
it,
I did
like,
not
can we
mean to
see
do
the
that.
handwriting? I mean, we're going to go back to, is it printed or cursive?
it's
It's cursive, but
There
a
we
little,
go.
but a little
But I can
shaky,
read
but-
cursive. I just was struggling with that.
Yep.
Like I said, I'm not good at it, and I apologize.
I think Connie has won before in this.
Oh, has she
little
really?
contest.
We get
Yeah,
a lot
so-
of repeat winners
Good.
on
do.
the show.
Yeah.
We'll draw again tomorrow. Tomorrow's winners will receive a $25 Amazon gift card. That's tomorrow. So congratulations, Connie, for winning today. All right, in Massachusetts, the announcement came out yesterday that Governor Maura Healey will run for another term.
Okay.
In Massachusetts, this doesn't affect you guys. Affects
No,
me.
what's your vibe, though? I mean,
Oh, I don't like her.
okay.
No, it's just
I've
no.
never asked you that question. I don't
There
think
are
I
there
have.
are 3 Republican candidates, and I'm high on one guy so far. His last name is Shortsleeve. I think it's Brian.
Short sleeve?
That's his real last name. I think it's Brian Shortsleeve. So I'm liking this guy. So Maura, I haven't been very happy with.
She
What's
is
your
your
biggest?
governor.
What is your biggest angst? Out of curiosity, I don't think we've ever.
Because she's one of those. It's anti. It's anti the federal government. I don't like ICE. I don't like Trump. I don't. I want to fight it all the way. So you really got to work with these people, but she doesn't want to. Kind of like in Rhode Island too. The governor's just we're wherever it is, we're against it.
First 5 minutes of his speech were dedicated to I hate Trump and how Trump is
yeah.
so bad.
So it's the same thing.
and
in
I'm not
Mass-
saying he's not. But
Same-
I'm just saying that's what the speech
It's,
was.
it's the same thing in Massachusetts. So, no called in 766-1240. Good luck to the new restaurant on River Street, which is Tropical.
Yeah.
Tropical Bar Restaurant. They're going to need it. Most businesses fail at that location. It is a poor district with no parking. I don't know if they allow parking across the streets.
Is that in Market Square? Can you park in
No,
that?
no. It's down.
Oh, it's down River Street, yeah.
You know where
the old Grossman's used
where
to be. Right? Yeah.
It's right across the street
Where
from there.
Grossman's used to be.
And there's parking on the street. The owners of that building did own the restaurant for a while, so you could park across the street. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's still allowed.
yeah. Well,
Box Seats was there for quite a while.
Yep.
It's changed hands over the years.
half
so
price gift cards are going to get people to go try it.
Yeah.
And if
Go
the
give
food
it
is
a
good and the experience is great, then they're going to come
They
back
will-
and
they will
And
keep
a lot
coming
of
back.
people
There's
are
always a
moving
reason to do
away
it.
from chain restaurants and trying to really support local businesses.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, you know what? If the caller is up for it, up
Yeah.
for the challenge, maybe be the first person to go there
Right.
and support them.
Right.
What's not good is, do you ever follow WalletHub.com?
I do.
Okay. They rank Rhode Island as the worst state to start a
Start a
business.
business, right.
The absolute worst.
Am I
Number 50.
not really surprised?
Wow. Florida came out number 1 to if you want to start a new business. So
Number one, to start a new business?
yes.
Interesting. I wonder
Okay.
how long Florida can continue
Hang
on
on
this
to
sort
that.
of growth pattern. I mean, everybody older is going down there, but now they're Texas is starting to become
Yep.
a
Texas
big
is like third.
state, right?
Yeah.
Arizona was getting big, crazy for a while. South Carolina,
Yep.
Georgia,
Yeah.
the coastlines in Georgia. So I'm wondering how long Florida remains that champion. And by the way, it's like, I don't know, 34 degrees in Florida today or something like
Well, it
that.
depends
It's-
on where you are in
It's
Florida.
still
Freezing.
chilly.
Yeah.
It snowed
Is
in
this
the Panhandle.
iguana
Yeah.
dropping from the
Yes,
tree
it
weather?
is.
It is.
Yeah.
It's that cold. It's
Iguana dropping.
It's
It-
frozen iguana season is what's happening down there.
It's my kind of season.
All right.
No,
Now,
I'm just
how
joking.
how about this? This is just amazing, and I don't understand it. When you're a nationwide company, and because I look at it as money is money, and who cares where it comes from. But Ticketmaster is blocking people from New England that want to buy tickets to the AFC Championship game in Denver.
First of all, that aggravates me.
It does.
It aggravates me a
too.
lot because it's like,
Why do you care?
I mean, I thought it was the Broncos though that were doing it.
No, well, the story we got is Ticketmaster is doing it. Now, the Broncos may have gone to
Right.
Ticketmaster.
And the
said,
only way you can
"Please
get
stop
it is
selling
you
it
have
to New England.
Right. The only way to buy a ticket is your address has to be within the radius of the some radius.
Your
of
billing
the
address
stadium.
has to be in the Rocky Mountain region. So you
Right.
go Idaho, Wyoming,
Right, so-
Colorado, in
so
the New Mexico.
You gotta find a way to.
You got to know somebody.
Right. You got to know somebody. So my daughter and son-in-law have been to the last 3 Patriots games that they've won.
Okay.
And so we keep telling them, you got to
They
go
gotta
to the
go.
game.
They
You gotta
gotta
go.
go, yeah.
On the way out of the stadium on Sunday night, my son-in-law bought 2 tickets, airline tickets to Colorado to go to the game. Then he went and decided to look at how much the tickets are for the game.
Get that backwards.
Fortunately, they're refundable airline tickets.
okay, good,
Fortunately,
good.
oh my gosh.
Well, now, Ticketmaster says it's due to limited availability.
Really, it's not.
Yeah.
It's we're
probably
gonna
isn't.
pack that stadium with only orange and the good luck Patriots.
And what I don't understand is it, and maybe the Broncos went to them and said, maybe it's because have the fans out there already given up because Bo Nix is not playing, and we already know we're going to lose?
I don't know.
We're going with our backup guy.
Listen, I'm not ready to make that statement either. I
No,
get nervous.
I'm saying,
for
is that
No.
what they're saying?
Yeah.
Is that what their fans are saying?
I don't know.
Because I checked in with a guy. He's in the Midwest.
Yep.
I checked with him earlier in the season when it was week 8, and I said, hey, he was an Indianapolis Colts fan.
Yeah.
I said, I see a Colts-Patriots AFC Championship game in our future. He wrote back, I hope so. And then the Colts lost every game afterwards. And, sorry about that, Mike. But anyway,
Right.
I said, I know what we're saying here. What are they saying in other parts of the country? And he's in Indianapolis. He was,
Well, I'm
first
sure
of all,
they hate the fact that the Patriots are
no, they
back.
don't
That's
hate
the
it.
first thing.
That's kind of going away, I hope. First of
I
all,
don't think so.
he was still coming down from Indiana winning the national championship
Right.
in football. But anyway, he said the word on the street out there is because Nix is out, the question going around is, can the Patriots beat the Rams or the Seahawks? It's already in. This is in the Midwest.
We're
They are
beyond.
anointing the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
I see. I don't want them
Can
to do
they-
that. I don't
Well,
want
that's
them
what
to-
they're doing.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
That's
I don't
because
want
we
them
have
to do
enough
that.
history on our side
Yeah.
to say we need
Now-
to.
We need that. We need that.
What's in front of us first?
You know, the Patriots defense stinks.
right.
They're never going to be able to handle it. So that they become the underdogs,
They
and they
always
use
say
that
that,
as
yeah.
bulletin board fuel.
Now,
Because I guarantee you that's what happened
Yeah.
with Houston. Everybody was talking about
Oh, yeah.
Houston as
And that great defense,
The defense.
yeah.
Oh my God, the Patriots. And
So, let's see. If you want to go to the game and you can't go through Ticketmaster, you can try to go through StubHub and SeatGeek and Vivid Seats and pay
Yeah.
out the nose
Right.
For those tickets. But anyway, it reminds me, Tom Ward,
Yep.
former owner of the Valley Breeze, he always did a
Red Sox
a Red Sox trip to Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Bus, bring
Yep.
50 people or whatever. But one year it had to stop because one year the New York Yankees decided not to sell tickets to him because his billing address was Rhode Island, and we don't want to import
Right.
Red Sox fans. But he was
Yeah.
going directly through the Yankees ticket office,
Right.
so I can understand them doing it.
Yeah.
we only want Yankee fans in the stadium, so I get that. I don't understand Ticketmaster restricting tickets when you're a nationwide company.
guess
Money
it's
is money, and who cares who's buying the
They've been
tickets?
in headlines a lot over the years, aren't they? Like still being investigated for like just their way handling for. Well, we'll go back to Taylor
Ticketmaster?
Swift, but yeah,
yeah, I think they are. I think
and
there's
some other artists as well. Like
Yeah.
I feel like they've had lots of headline stories of manipulating how people
part
can
of me
get
goes.
access fairly.
Should a sports team? I mean, if you own a stadium and you own a sports team and you want to basically give everybody in your area the chance to buy a ticket and not let the opposing team's fans buy those tickets, I guess you should be able to do that, right? I mean, it's hey, to the winner goes the spoils, right? So if I have the stadium and the team, and I want my fans to be there, then I'm going to invite them in, and at the expense of the opposing team, which is why you always want home field advantage.
Right.
Yeah, I just wonder if Ticketmaster is holding the tickets back because people in Colorado have decided not to buy tickets to go to the game because they've already given up on their team.
I don't know. If that was the case, wouldn't you think they would want to sell them to anybody who would
Yeah,
come
Well, you
to the
would
that's
think
right.
so,
To
but
fill the stands.
you would think that, but maybe Denver got a hold of Ticketmaster and said, "Well, no, we only want Bronco fans there."
Okay, that's
So-
fine. Then your stadium's going to be half empty because if that's the
Yeah.
case, then
Okay.
and people are giving up on the team, then they
Yeah.
probably won't go.
So,
But
That's their.
well, that's
loss.
what Ticketmaster is going. So, if you thought you were going to
well,
the,
listen, the Patriots have got to step up, man. Their defense is monstrous.
So-
it really is.
I'm
Their
not,
offense,
I'm not concerned. I'm
a
not
little concerned about
They
Drake
still
May.
they scored 28 points, and that's very acceptable.
I know. I watched Will Campbell get beat over and over and over again, and Drake may just get hit from that blind side. And
Yeah.
number one, he needs to have better pocket presence. But two, I guess you got to look at it and go, the guy that he was facing, what's his name, the third there, the Anderson, the third, he's an All-Pro
Yeah,
linebacker. So I mean, yeah, he beat Will Campbell, who's a rookie.
yeah. The other thing that my guy in the Midwest said, he goes, can Drake May be like Tom Brady? We don't know yet because he's so early.
Right.
He goes, but then he followed up with, but then again, Tom Brady wasn't Tom Brady when he won his first Super
Right.
Bowl.
Right.
He wasn't.
We didn't know what he was
Right.
going to be.
Exactly.
So it's
they had a
kinda-
great defense.
It's kind of the
and
same
all
thing.
three phases of the game
Yeah.
were working together, and I
Do
think
you
that's what's
remember
happening
like
here.
his early years, Tom? Though he was a skinny, awkward.
Yes.
Like he did get pounced
Yeah.
a lot. So
Yeah.
this is a little reminiscent of that, and we
Right.
liked it back then. We're like, oh, he's scrappy.
Yeah.
He's thinking out of the realm, out of the box.
Tom Brady has even said that Drake May is just as good as him, and he goes, in some facets he's even better because he can scramble, and I couldn't.
Right.
He goes, if I could have scrambled, I'd still be playing.
But I think Tom would be the first to tell you he doesn't want Drake May to be him, and Drake May doesn't want to be him.
No.
They want to be.
Well,
I think, he's going to have his own skill set, and it'll be interesting to see him develop. What's great about it, and what we lacked for so many years, is here's a quarterback who's willing to learn from the things he's done. Right now, he knows for this game coming up, he can't be hanging out there for 3 seconds with the ball behind him, ready to throw, so that the defense can come and just take it out of his hand.
Right.
He's got to be much faster. And he'll figure that out. And
the good news is he's got Josh McDaniels as his coach, so he will be told that repeatedly, beaten into his head all week.
As poor as the head coaching selections are out there for these teams that don't have head coaches, I'm so afraid that Josh is just going to get that big bucket of money. I just don't think he's going to go.
He said no.
I don't think he's going
do it
because he's been head coach before and hasn't been very successful.
Right, he hasn't.
So stay here.
Right, and
you're with
a head coach who's really pretty good at it.
Very good at it.
And you guys seem to be getting along well.
And you're still making a crap load of money.
And
I think I'm just going to speak on behalf of...
Right. Because it's still coming from Vegas. If I'm not,
right,
if I'm not
exactly.
mistaken.
I'm just going to speak on behalf of Josh McDaniels' wife, who I don't know. I'm sure she's like, we're planting. Like, we are staying put. The kids aren't coming out of school.
Right.
Like, we are literally... Although the kids are probably out of school at this point. How old are their kids now?
I don't know.
They were little when he was bouncing them around for a while. But you get to a point where I think you say...
Let's stay.
Yeah, let's just stay.
We're
This
good.
feels good. The vibe is good.
Yep.
Let's just stay.
Making a lot of money.
All right, we're going to take another break here on the Coffee and Program. So, Tim, time for your second message from Navigant Credit Union.
Well, folks, for those of you who have gotten Navigant credit cards in the past, we've used a partner called Elon, who was our credit card partner. We didn't have the infrastructure in place to have our own credit card program, but what that program lacked were things like an aggressive and generous points structure, some benefits to having that credit card. It was great because the rate was low, and it didn't cost you much to have. Navigant, though, has recently, and as of yesterday or Monday or Tuesday, we have launched our own credit card program. So now there's a whole variety of credit cards that you can purchase at Navigant Credit Union. Some have zero fees. Zero annual fee, and some have a competitive annual fee, and the more sophisticated you want your experience to be, you're going to get things like travel points, priority pass lounge access. There's a whole variety of benefits that you're now getting from our new credit card program. And the best part about it is that we have the program in-house. We manage it. And so if you have issues with transactions or anything like that, you now just call us. You don't have to call the number on the back of the card, which is Elon somewhere out in the Midwest. Now you're going to deal with folks here in Rhode Island. When during business hours, I should qualify that. But what it does is it allows maximum flexibility on our part to provide cards to people and give everybody the opportunity for that little bump of credit that they might need without having to go through the rigmarole of signing up through a company that really doesn't care about you, doesn't really care. They just want their interest or their fees if you go past due or any of that other stuff. So if you're interested in learning a little more about the credit card program that we have at the credit union now, please, by all means, give us a call. 233-4700. Stop in at 1280 Park Ave and talk to Christian and his team. Or go online and you can just read about them at your leisure. And when you're ready, pull the trigger on them there.
All right, Tim. More Coffee and coming up. Please stick around.
ON Radio.
When people start considering whether cremation is right for them or a loved one, they have many questions. How does it work? How much does it cost? What happens to the ashes? And how do we choose an urn or memorial that feels right? Annette at the Baraducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center can answer these questions as well as many others. Pricing is all-inclusive at the Baraducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center. There are no hidden or extra charges. To start the pre-planning process, visit providencecremation.com. Baraducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center. 185 Spring Street, Woonsocket.
It's the Dollar Saver Guy with this week's ON Radio Dollar Saver Half Price Deal of the Week. Got a terrific restaurant for you. Tropical Bar Restaurant in Woonsocket. $50 certificate good at Tropical Bar Restaurant. Grab it half price, just $25. Certificates on sale this Friday morning, 10 a.m. online at onradiodollarsaver.com. That's the letters ON RadioDollarSaver.com.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio. ON.
Ooh, lovely, huh?
It's like a little
drum roll
extra
there.
drum. I know. Is that new?
Joe's
No, it's not new. It
Joe's
just
practicing
popped
with
in.
the
Oh, that
sound
means he's
effects.
going into
My drum
positive
set.
stories. There's like a little uptick there.
We
You
need a
did-
positive story theme.
You just heard the announcement. Remember, $50 gift certificates for
Yeah.
$25
Yep.
can be had at Tropical when they go on sale Friday morning at 10
Yep.
at onradiodollarsaver.com. All right, good. For those of you who have flown, anyone go fly into and out of Atlanta?
No, not recently. Not in a couple years.
No, yeah.
No.
I try to avoid it whenever possible.
Well, you should, but it's because it's breaking records with the number of passengers that travel through security at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. They record 30.1 million passengers pass through TSA last year.
Holy cannoli.
Yeah, this marks the first time the airport has surpassed the 30 million mark. It's in the process of upgrading body scanners in order to make processing faster and lower false alarms. Final numbers on the total number of travelers passing through the airport last year are not available yet.
I do pre-check. I
Yes.
invested in TSA pre-check, which kind of gives you another line to go to. But even the last time I flew, that line was starting to get long too because everybody's wise to it. So
Doing
now
it,
they
yeah.
have clear, right? In some airports where it's basically you go to the front of the pre-check line, but you got to pay like $100 a year per
do that?
person to be part of clear. So you pay the $100 to get your pre-check, then you pay another $100 a year to get in clear. Next thing you know, it's going to cost you $1,000 just to get through the line.
Wow.
If you want to go fast. Otherwise, you could stand there with the huddled masses and it wouldn't be a big deal.
Masses. Okay. There's a grassroots group down in Washington, D.C., and they're taking a unique approach. They're trying to help Washington, D.C. tackle its growing rat problem. Renegade Rebel Ratters, that's the name of the group, focus on the back alleys of various hotspots around the city with their pack of dogs, trained to track down and kill rats quickly. I guess it's better than cats, huh?
Yeah.
The volunteer group says the canine's average haul is about 30 rats a night.
Oh, I guess conversation's making me so uncomfortable.
But there have been nights where they've killed more than twice that many. There's a lot of rats there in Washington.
Makes you want to go to D.C., doesn't it?
Oh my God, I just...
The Renegade
man.
Rebel Ratters also use the dogs for rodent hunts on rural farms as well.
All I can think of is in the animated
The
movie,
visual, like, just-
Mary Poppins. You remember Mary Poppins, the movie, when
Yeah.
they were in the on the fox hunt, and they had the people on the horses, and they're driving down, and the dogs are running. All I can picture is that after rats.
This is the visual you have as Mary
I don't know why.
Poppins?
I have no idea why. I was thinking of Dick Van Dyke and his 100th birthday. I guess I don't know.
I feel like all I see is
Yoo-hoo,
darkness, dark alley, and
yoo-hoo,
these
whatever they were talking
bloodthirsty
about.
dogs chasing them, not Mary
Drooling.
Poppins.
Yeah. No. Well, see, Melissa, that's why I am sunshine and you are darkness sometimes.
That never happens. That never happens.
Poor Joe.
Oh my
I have
gosh,
lost
my eyes
control
are
of the
tearing.
show once
I don't
again.
even know if Joe knew. I was like
That's
covering
fine.
my ears because I couldn't. The volume.
Just not a
Just
big
leave the
rat
quantity out.
person. Okay, sorry. But that's the part of the story. How many rats are they catching? They're
doing their job.
They're doing
And,
a very good job.
I'm not naive to think that not just DC, like Boston's
it's
got an
all the
issue.
same.
New York's
Providence,
got a rat problem?
And they have teeth, and that's the issue. Is they can really
yes.
do some significant damage.
Right.
Yes.
All right. A man accused of stealing beer from an Anheuser-Busch building in St. Louis, where they brew it, was in court on Tuesday. Theron Bailey Kent broke into a building at the Anheuser-Busch Tech campus and stole several servings of beer. And then what did he do?
Drank them.
And after that,
Puked.
no, he fell asleep.
In the brewery?
Yes.
Time.
He fell asleep on
It's like the raccoon.
Yes, that's right. That's right. He fell asleep on a sofa. He didn't pass out on the
right,
floor. That's where he was discovered by a security guard. Bailey Kent allegedly damaged a beer cooler and an interior door frame during the incident. and he's being held on $50,000 bond.
Oh, my
That's kind of a lot of money to be held
While we're
on,
talking
isn't
about
it?
Anheuser-Busch and Budweiser, sad news for those of you who have ever been to Merrimack.
Oh, Merrimack, they closed
and
it,
gone through the Budweiser plant in
tour?
Merrimack where they had the Clydesdales and all that other stuff. It was like the New England
Yeah.
plant. It is closed. Sad. It's
I
been
did
there
not
for
hear that.
50 years. And
You ever do
it's-
the tour?
I did. I've done the tour.
ever
I've
do
done
the
the
tour,
Clydesdales.
Melissa?
No.
And it was so
Oh.
close. You literally just drive off of Route 3. It was
Oh,
right,
it's right there. It's probably some of the best beer I have ever tasted
'Cause it's so fresh.
It's so fresh.
Goes right off the
Free
line.
samples at the
Yep.
end. Not
That's
that you
why
get a
you
lot.
like it,
You
yeah.
get like I don't know what do you get 3 or 4
Yeah,
ounces.
a
I mean
little
that's
sippy cup,
you get
but-
a Dixie cup, but I'm like cold.
I know.
and it's like oh my gosh, this
But
is
it's so
delicious.
sad. They had a
It is
they had
too
a
sad.
thing on
Because you can go to the barns and see the Clydesdales. And
Yeah.
Too bad they
and
didn't like revamp it. Like just thinking of like the push right now. Everyone, of course, like opened up breweries and
I think it's the
IPA, whatever, and
microbrew craze
people
is
are
killing
moving
some of it.
away
I think
from
it is.
that
I
though.
think
Like
it is.
there's a little bit of a push away from that all of a sudden that they probably could have capitalized on that and brought back to the light draft, seltzers,
Anheuser-Busch
all the things.
Right, Anheuser-Busch sold to InBev, which is I think a Dutch company or something like that, and they started to have all kinds of different types of beers. It wasn't just Bud Light, Michelob Light, those standards that they mass produced.
Right.
Now they have to produce so many different types of beers, I think, and it
But
just
you provide-
the,
you think
the plant was
about-
probably older and it needed to be upgraded.
Didn't they
and-
centralize everything to St. Louis?
I think
thought they
probably.
closed all of their
Could be.
outlying breweries. And
Could
said,
be. It's too
We'll
bad.
just do it right here in
You
St.
figure
Louis.
there's so many, like even like Cisco Brewery, whatever. Like they have these locations now, these destinations where it's a property. Like come up to our property and
Right.
sample things.
That's why
have
there's
some
a
music. That's why
there's
I'm
a winery
surprised
winery in our building in New Hampshire where we have
Yes,
our
exactly.
condo that draws people to the building.
does.
And then they go to the building and go, oh, we're going to go to the restaurant because it's
Yeah.
right here. And then they're like, oh, maybe we would get a unit here. This is really kind of nice.
Well,
And then
I
they
just
come
feel like you
vacationing.
guys have these memories. I've never been there, but like the property being, the
Right.
drive being
Beautiful
beautiful,
property.
Oh, it's
the
beautiful.
horses,
The whole-
the
the
grounds.
whole grounds is beautiful.
Like, why would you let go of that? Why wouldn't you resurge maybe a little bit?
And you've missed this, Melissa, but seeing the Clydesdales on TV, it's nice. But to see them
In person?
really in person, it's so
majestic.
impressive.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, these
Well,
houses
now
are
I'm sad.
beautiful.
I didn't
Sorry.
even know. I wasn't
weren't-
aware.
we
and
weren't
now
going
I-
to sad, but
As my kids grew up, it's not like Deb and I were going to go on a date and go to the Budweiser factory. That was not really what we were going to do. But, from a family perspective, it was pretty cool to take the kids because it was a factory. And,
Yeah.
the
oh
machines.
yeah, let's see how it's done. And
Right. Kids weren't drinking beer at the end of the tour, but dads were.
So did they sell the property?
I don't know.
it's almost like the Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
You just want to get to the end and get the free ice cream.
Yeah,
Or
that's-
Hershey's. Hershey's is another one.
Is that no? They
That's
do the
another
same thing?
factory, yeah.
I have to agree. I did the Ben and Jerry's tour, and I was a little underwhelmed. I'm like, I think they could
Really?
have done more with this.
I think the tour
Yeah.
would have been a little more, but I got the
Yeah.
maple walnut ice cream at the end. It was really good.
Finding
Oh.
it in Vermont is not easy.
fresh ice cream.
Right.
That was also delicious. All right, this is what they're doing down in Kentucky. 24 people will face charges. All right, after what Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources is calling one of the largest cases of illegal wildlife harvesting and distribution in the state's history. Officials say 25 individuals were involved in harvesting more than 300,000 pounds of catfish from the public waterways.
I was like holding.
Now,
my
did they do
breath.
that? Did they do that hillbilly hand fishing thing where they go into the hole and the catfish jumps on their arm and they pull it out?
Well,
of the hole?
they stick their hands in the
Yeah.
catfish mouth and they pull it
Yeah.
out. Here it is.
Yeah,
I
here.
get maybe I don't know. The fish were then transported and sold to unregulated or illegally operated pay lakes. The operation spanned across 6 Kentucky counties, so I guess there's a plethora of catfish in.
Must be.
And has anyone ever tasted catfish?
I have never tasted catfish.
No.
I have. I had
Yeah?
it. I had it at Disney World one time. It was like a sampler dish. I
Had
was in
catfish at Disney World?
yeah,
just-
I was in Epcot, and there's a restaurant there. It was either the Land or the Seas,
Okay.
where the restaurant is, and it revolves. It's pretty cool. It goes
Oh, that's the
around.
land.
Okay, and you got a sampler of beef and fish, and one of the fish that day happened to be like fried catfish. I go, well, it's fish. I'll give it a shot. And I didn't like it.
No.
It's like, yeah.
a lot of build-up to lead to something
I've
that-
tried catfish,
Didn't like it.
and now it's not. I never need to have it again. So I'm,
Right,
all,
there you
I'm all
go.
set. So I'm good. I'm good.
More importantly, that's the
Catfish,
best
ones
ride.
that like suck to the algae of the fish tank.
Oh,
Aren't
the ones
those-
with the whiskers.
Yeah.
They have
That-
the
that's a
whiskers.
catfish,
That's a
right?
cat. That's catfish.
Yeah, and they have the
And-
whiskers.
People want to eat that, huh?
Well, those are little catfish.
Well,
want
I
those-
know, but like,
The huge
is-
ones they
it's
pull out of the
Kentucky.
water is
It's,
just.
it's Kentucky.
So yeah, that's.
And listen,
picturing them like-
by the way,
Yes.
the land is the best ride at Epcot, I think, in my opinion. It's the most boring ride you'll ever have.
But it's air conditioning.
But it's air conditioned,
It's a
and
quick
you
nap.
and it's a nap, and you just sit there and you just wander with the water through, and it's
the dullest ride, I think. Where's Avatar?
People Mover. Is it called
No,
the
I
People-
love the.
You
I love
think
the People
Avatar's
Mover.
dull?
No, not the Avatar. It's the other ride, the Cali River. Nope. That's
the
there's a ride next to the Avatar ride.
Yep.
That you get into a little boat, and you think something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And nothing ever happens.
I don't think I've ever done that.
And it just ends, and you get out. I go. There's no hills. There's no wind.
How is that
Really?
the best ride?
It's not. It's the
Is it
worst.
Oh,
It's
the
dull.
worst
Is
ride.
that the complimentary ride to Avatar?
Yes.
So it's an
'Cause
Avatar
when you get off
style.
that,
Yeah.
after you're stumbling around and all dizzy,
Yeah.
you get on that and you really mellow out.
Well, maybe that's what it is. The point is to get.
Maybe
Did
that's
I
why.
hear they're closing the dinosaur ride?
Already done.
It already closed.
Yeah, close.
They're
They got a
re-
whole.
So what are they
re-
putting there?
Oh, it's going to be a Zootopia land. I'm
Oh,
looking
that's
really,
actually
I'm really
cool.
looking
That would
forward
be
to
fun.
that.
Yeah, and they're putting in the Cars Land. Is it Cars Land?
Yes, that's gonna be in
where the old riverboat was.
Riverboat in the Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
Yes.
They're doing a
and
lot
there's,
of
there's
upgrades.
Villain Land. I don't think they're going
Right.
to call it that. That's going to be on the other side of Big Thunder Mountain.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool. So there's a lot going on at Disney. That'll be great. It's going to be great in 5 years.
Right, when
right
it-
now,
Prices are gonna also
right now we're
reflect
just
that.
we're just
Probably.
building.
Yeah.
That's the
everything
problem.
right now.
You're pricing-
and they
they're pricing
changed
themselves
the Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster, or it's going to change.
It's not Aerosmith anymore, is it?
No,
Oh, why?
it's why? Well,
Oh my God, I love
I
that
know,
ride.
but it's been there forever.
Well, the
Once you've
ride's going
done
to be
it.
the same.
The music,
Yeah.
though, the
The
lights.
light-
No,
New
that's all going to
story,
change.
yeah.
But now it's going to become it's going to be Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem
Oh, from Muppets.
Muppet ride. I said, all right, I think
could
that's
be
a
on
great,
that.
that's
I
a
could be
great
on that.
idea
I like Doc- yeah.
that they're doing
Animal
that. So.
on the drums.
Yes, so that'll be a lot of fun. So
Yep.
all right, that's the end of our Disney discussion, and it's also the end of the show. So thank you very
We
much.
ended on a good note, Melissa.
We
That's
did.
right.
I love
Things
it.
are
More
good.
Disney chat next week.
All right, more Disney chat coming up. All right, that'll do it for the show. Thank you very much for listening. Melissa Smith, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. See you next week.
All right, and Tim Draper, thanks for coming in.
Thanks everybody for having us in your part of your morning, and go out and enjoy the God-given day.
Very good. I'm Joe Callahan. Have a great day, everyone, and stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do you remember coming up after the 9 o'clock news right here on ON AM and FM.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.